Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad you all could be with us. Also, just joining us through our different affiliates, including our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, as much as we love the Earth, one of the things we also love to follow is space exploration. Our next guest has been able to enjoy the best of both worlds. I'm so honored to welcome today rocket scientist turned NASA astronaut Joan Higginbotham to our program. We're going to talk to her not only about her own time as an astronaut, but also what it's been like for her to think about the connection between what we're able to learn about the Earth by visiting space, and also I think the great connection and the importance of recognizing taking care of both places. Joan, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Cyrus, thank you so much for having me this morning.
Well, look, it was a lot of fun prepping for this segment. You know, I think it's so interesting because when we think about space exploration, the environmental movement, those two have kind of gone together for quite some time, I think, and that's one of the interesting things. You've been able to enjoy this great space, Joan, not only, of course, as a scientist, but also as an astronaut. First of all, what is it like for you to kind of reflect on your own experience in space and what it was like for you to be able to enjoy that?
So, Cyrus, it was absolutely a dream come true, especially after spending 9 years sending astronauts up into space and getting them back home safely. So when it was my turn, I was just in absolute awe of what I got to do and how I got to represent my country and help build the International Space Station. It was 13 incredible, awe-inspiring, absolutely magical days that I spent quite literally off the face of this earth. And I think it's an experience that would absolutely stay with me for the rest of my life.
I think we all, Joan, are glued to our television or our screens anytime there is a launch because we like to be able to see what the astronauts have to go through in preparing. Those interviews are always so fascinating for me. What were some of the biggest practical challenges, though, of living in space for you?
Some of the biggest practical challenges are the things that we just absolutely take for granted here on Earth. So getting up in the morning and taking the cap off of the toothpaste and set it down on the counter doesn't work so well when you're in space. So some of those things you have to really think through very well. Things like during laundry, because you're exercising for 30 minutes every day for 13 days, you and your 6 crewmates, and you're airing out your laundry and letting it dry outside of your lockers, and it gets a little gamey. So being able to do laundry would have been a really wonderful thing had we had that capability. And that's why I'm so glad that NASA and Tide are partnering to come up with a way for astronauts to do laundry in space. But the neat thing about that is not only being able to have clean clothes, but taking that water and recycling it and reusing it for drinking purposes. So that's going to be huge for missions that we have to Mars. But it's also going to be huge because we can take that same technology and affect what we do here on Earth.
Yeah, I think that is the big thing there. So, you know, one of the things, of course, that we look at when it comes to conservation here at home, Joan, of course, is the issues that we see around this country. I think definitely after the pandemic, we're looking more and more at some of the disparities that are existing. How do we address, like, the water shortages and the conservation issues here on Earth as we're kind of thinking about our future?
So there are a couple of things that we can do, and I say they're really small things that everybody can do that will create incremental changes. So things such as not letting the water run when you're brushing your teeth, doing a full load of laundry instead of one or two little things that you're throwing in, doing that laundry with cold water as opposed to on a hot cycle. Those are small things that we can do every day that won't really disrupt our lives, but like I said, will have an absolutely huge impact on the precious resource of water that we have here on Earth.
Yeah. What a powerful thing. And I think, too, as we kind of move forward, Joan, of course, we so look forward to being able to hear more of your own experiences, but also, of course, your expertise and what you've been able to learn. Where can our audience go, though, for more information about not only, of course, what they need to know, but also what they can do?
So today is the first day that we're announcing the partnership with TIDE and NASA, but there will be more information that is forthcoming. But what you need to, keep your ear to the ground for is listen out for Mission PG TIDE, which is the mission to the International Space Station in 2022, where they hope to be able to try out this new laundry solution for the astronauts and implications that it's going to have for us here on Earth.
Love that. Mission PG Tide. Definitely something for us to look forward to. Again, everyone, Joan Higginbotham has been our guest for this segment. Joan, really is an honor to have you join us today. I appreciate the time and looking forward to having you back on the show again.
Pleasure was all mine, Cyrus. Thank you so much.
Hey, appreciate you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.